We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat.
Something got pop in the butt.
Yeah.
Oh, I can. How are we doing today? Are you feeling good? Did you buy some BAM? Did you buy? I tried to tell you folks. I hope you listened. I know, type BAM in the chat if you did. Hey, everybody. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. Today is May 10th. It is 11:35 a.m. That was on purpose. Okay. We always start 11:35. Ben will be back shortly. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm in a little, I've basically consolidated a lot into, I'm shrinking my portfolio of memes, but I'm riding BAM, baby. It is looking good. How are we all doing today? A lot of Namecoin people are out there. I don't know, the Namecoin thing, you need a leader. Look, I see a lot of people typing in Tom. If I see Tom from MySpace jump on board, hey, I'm bullish, but I need a Tom to lead it. Maybe Tom and Jerry. I don't know. Are there any Toms in crypto? Tim, do you know a Tom?
I know plenty of Toms. Did the wrong thing there. There we go. Someday I'm going to figure this out. I'm the new chief executive of button pushing now here at the
We're bullish on
the
button
Hit Network.
pushers.
Yeah, no, as far as Toms, Tom Crown.
Tom Crown. Okay,
see.
look. Tom Crown jumps on, I'll get some Tom. But until I see Tom Crown endorsing it, I'm holding off. But yeah, apparently a lot of people into that one. Guys, we got a lot that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to have Tim, TA Tim. You're going to get tatted up with TA Tim. So expect that little tat section here. We're going to be talking about Michael Saylor. We got Ethereum validators. We got Pepe. Also, we're going to do a long, hold, or short. Do we have the graph? Do we have the poll up yet?
No.
We're going to be putting up a poll. The three coins is going to be between the Graph, FTM, and EOS. So you're going to want to stick around for that. And also, we have Ripple CEO clashing with more people. Much love from some community, whatever that was, that passed by too quickly. I couldn't see it. All right, let's get right into the show here, though. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. Check. You can see right here on the top right. Make sure you have that bell. It is showing. Subscribe there. If not, go ahead. Please do that. We were looking at this other channels yesterday. Talkonomics, 45 subscribers. Looks like we got some, all right, Ben, supporting some small channels here. If we go to videos, you're going to see the latest video, Gary Gensler Roasted, Part 2 in Unpredictable NFT and Meme Coin Action. Is the market set to bounce? Great video right there. You're going to want to check that out as well. Also, he is in Tallinn, everybody. So if you're, I love how the AB algorithm chose this as the snippet to show. Is Wendy grabbing for the phone. That's pretty funny there. Good stuff. All right, heading over to Twitter. Make sure you follow me, DZ_BTC. I saw someone talking about Ben. It's not Ben_ETH or ETH_Ben. It's Ben.easy_BTC. If you want to check that out, we're going to do a CT minute later, brought to you by Stake. Unforgettable name. Shout out to Tim Warren with the $2 super chat. Seeing you in the chair. They love seeing you in the chair there, man.
Yeah, and today I'm just going to do everything. I'm going to get in the chair. I'm going to go up on stage. This is the Tim Boy crypto takeover that we discussed last week. So
okay. Tim Boy, T-Boy, T-Bone. I'm trying to think of a way to brand TA Tim. I like tat. Tatted
some
up,
people
everybody.
have said call me Tatum, TA Tim. That's there. I'll go ahead and be very vulnerable with the whole audience. Growing up, my mom called me Timmy Diddle. That'll probably go lots of places, but you guys call me whatever you want. Just call me, finish it with the man, you know?
Timmy Diddle, the man. That doesn't sound good when you say that in a sentence.
Yeah,
Timmy Diddle, the man.
backfired on me very quickly. I don't know.
You set me up for that.
Yeah.
Don't diddle me. All right, we don't support diddlers on this channel at all whatsoever. Crypto Set Guy, he's here for you. Dev was at yesterday. Yeah, I don't even know. Was he? I missed out on that. All right, hitmerch.com if you want to see some of the merch. I'm not wearing any today, but I'm gonna try to rock the Around the Blockchain hat tonight. It is in my car. I made sure to grab it, and then I left it in my vehicle. So yeah, we got really, really cool stuff. I need to get the flat brim, though. Once I get the flat brim, I will be wearing it regularly. You'll see it at all the crypto conferences. I want to show it off. All right, are we ready to get right into the market watch?
You're ready.
Yeah, they are running with that one, Tim. They are running with that one.
Yeah, I thought so. You know, It's okay. I have a thick
Well,
skin,
diddling's not.
a thick skin, thick arms, thick waist. You can call me Thick Tim. There we go. We'll go
Okay,
with
he
that one too.
diddles thick. What?
No, let's not. Let's keep it to a minimum here, DZ. This is a family. This is a family show. And we're here to keep
Well, I'm
it
trying to keep it
clean.
at minimum, but you're making me grow to a maximum here. All right. Okay. T Diddy is a new coin. I mean, I like T Diddy, P Diddy, Puffy. Why did Puffy switch to P Diddy? I don't know. I think Puffy was fine. It's a little soft. All right. Let's see. Let's get into the crypto market cap, guys. I knew we were ready for a bounce. I was just waiting for it. You can see it on here. I'm gonna click on Bitcoin and click on the 7-day, and you'll see exactly what I was talking about. I was essentially waiting for the 24-hour volume. Let's see, the 10th. We need to go back about a day. Yeah, I was waiting for this right here. So as we're here, it didn't look as good, but then once that 24-hour gets into this dip, that's when the market started looking a little juicy there. You can see it playing out on the 24-hour chart. But let's look at the entire crypto market cap. Is up 1.4%, folks. We got above 1.2, coming in at 1.2048, round up to 1.205 there. 24-hour volume down slightly. It looks like we're all calming down. The mania is dying down. You know, put your Pepe away here. 24-hour volume coming in at 40 billion at the moment. Bitcoin dominance slightly up. I believe it was 45% yesterday. Now 45.2. ETH coming in at 18.7. Gas above 100. Guys, remember those single-digit days? Those were the days when you're supposed to buy a bunch of ETH. That's when you're supposed to buy a bunch of the strong blue chip. That's when you're supposed to buy a bunch of the top 25 coins. Now we're coming in above 100. All right, let's look at the flagship crypto here. Bitcoin up 2.3%. Ethereum up 1.5%. XRP up 1.6, Cardano up 1.6, and Lido staked Ether all coming up 1.6, and Doge right around there at 1.7. We have Solana up slightly. Who's been talking? Tom is the main character. All right. Tom Crown, man, you better jump on this one, Tom. All right. We have Polkadot up 2.8%. Litecoin, speaking of Tom Crown, up 3% there. Shiba up 3%. But let's look at the top. Well, you know what? Where's Chainlink? Chainlink up 1.5% there. Toncoin down slightly. ICP up. Bitcoin Cash, top gainer yesterday, or one of the top, now down 3%. All right, let's scroll on back. And are you ready? Are you sitting down? You got your meds? Have you breathed? You got your yoga session? Up, they already seen it. They already seen it, Tim. They already got tatted up.
Yeah.
We have Kava up 12.5%. What is up with Terra Luna Classic, Tim? It is up 10%.
I think that there's just a bunch of pumps going on. I think that's nothing to be too concerned about. I think people are
It's
gonna lose money
basically a
very
meme
quickly.
coin, right?
We'll see. I don't know. I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying. I'm staying away from that one. We have Arbitrum up. Oh, man, I was just talking about buying some Arbitrum yesterday. Now it is up 7.5%. Phantom up 6%. Conflux 6%. Mina. All right, that is one I bought a while ago. I am definitely down on Mina Protocol, but I heard whispers from a billionaire that this one's supposed to be big in the next bull run. So, hey, the Mina is up slightly. All right, you ready to look at the top losers, though? This is where it gets scary. This is where you need to be sitting down. This is where I hope you're clinched, because if not, you better pucker up, baby. Stacks down 6.2%. Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV coming down 3% and 2.6%. XDC, Tokenized Exchange, TKX, eCash, Chiliz. All right, a couple. I've not really heard of these three coins. I've seen XDC, I've seen eCash, of course, but kind of hanging out that top part of the top 100 there. So let's see, ETH Classic down slightly. Then after that, pretty flat, and then things start heading to the green. So out of the top 100, we don't have that many things into the negative. We have Bitcoin kind of pumping up the market right now. I'm feeling pumped up. I did open along. I told you guys I was going to open along about, I guess, 24 hours ago. It was during Frank's TA. What did I do? I market bought some meme coin, and then I jumped in on that. And so, hey, I'm doing okay on both of those. I'm feeling good. All right, pulled the profits from the meme coin, put in 0.2, pulled out 0.25. Everything now is just house money. What? I don't even remember that meme coin. That's how crazy the market is. That's why I need to consolidate mostly just to BAM and probably some Snake. I took a lot of profit off of Snake, so I feel pretty good about that. In the JPEG Junkies Discord, the DZ trades, I let you guys know I was, taking some profits there. So if you took profits with me, you aped in with me, we are feeling good. Best friends narrative for those two coins, I can see that playing out.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if I wouldn't buy a D's coin because it wouldn't be for DZ. It'd be like that weird thing we were talking about yesterday. I keep playing the video games and everyone keeps doing this to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
It's the ultimate sign of respect.
They keep saying
Easy.
D something, and I'm like, oh, you're reading my name, and then they keep laughing at me.
It's like an inverse bow. So instead of bowing at the waist, you squat at the knee. So it's similar. Both are flexions. It's respect. It's respect is what it is.
Oh, they're genuflecting.
Yeah.
Okay, I like a good genuflector. All right, bullish on Wall Street, Bitcoin. What do you think? Again, I am stretched too thin. I am not jumping into any new ones at the moment here. All right, what do we have up next? Is it the TAT charts section?
Oh, it's time for the switch.
All right, how do we do
The
this?
switch.
Go.
Oh wait, all right. So we have Tim. He's currently running. All right, stop blocking him, Brian. What are you doing? Okay, here he comes.
Quite a bit shorter than old DZ. But we're going to go in here. You guys, some of you guys have maybe seen my TA. I've done some TA over on ATB. I have my channel, The Investing Bros. I do TA every single day, pretty much, mostly. Been on a couple other channels, but I got a lot to talk about here. We're gonna do some Bitcoin TA. Didn't see if there's anything in chat. We're gonna do some Bitcoin TA. I might look at a couple other things, but I want to start off with showing you guys some stuff, what we're currently doing right now on Bitcoin. Something that I'm kind of sitting here looking the last couple of days. This, in case you guys are wondering what indicator I have up here, every single TA analyst has their own indicator of choice. Mine is Chart Prime. Shout out to them. But some great things we have coming up here. A lot of different levels of support have flashed here recently. What I've seen, you guys see this oscillator. Love this oscillator down here. Lots of different calls, but it gave us multiple flashes. A peak seeker, green triangle, oversold, matched with our predicted reversal up. These have been pretty good here on the 4-hour chart over the last little bit because we've been trading sideways, but a lot of things calling for that bottom right there. So over on our channel with that ascending channel, yeah, it's ascending channel. We've been looking over on Investing Bros. We've been saying we're about to get a bounce here on Bitcoin. I'm going to show you guys some things back in 2019 that have some comparisons because the other day, last week, Ben was talking about the 4-year cycle. I think he was talking with Gareth Soloway. Shout out to Gareth Soloway. Love him, respect him. He's one of the people that I've learned a lot from, but I disagree with him when he's talking about the charts pointing to the downside. I think the charts are absolutely pointing to the upside. Let's go ahead and do that, though. Let's go back to 2019. There we go. You guys can see I actually reversed it even so you guys can see this price action right here. The first thing I'm going to point out right here is if you went up to the bull market top, anyone who hasn't heard me talk about this, if you have heard me talk about this, I'm just repeating myself, but those who are newer, enjoy this. If you go back to the top down to the bottom of the bear market, guess what this, there we go. This mouse is a little finicky. Guess what the top was when we had this, what I call a pre-bull market rally of 2019. The bull market was not back. In fact, we ended up crashing back down here. I'll let the play symbol come here in just a second. But we ended up rallying up here to the golden pocket. If we were to do the exact same thing today, let's go back here, go out to the daily chart. If we were to mimic what we did back in 2019, and I'm going to show you some other comparisons here in just a second, guess what that would mean for Bitcoin price if we on the linear chart went ahead and went back to the golden pocket in this pre-bull market rally. That would give us a price prediction somewhere up here north of $48,000 up towards $50,000 just if we repeat what happens in 2019. That being said, though, let's kind of even zoom in here. Let's get rid of our Fibonacci, and let's just take a look at what the price action was doing right here leading into this pre-bull market rally. Now, first things first, come out of the bear market. We had ourselves a little bit of a hope. Some people believed, hey, maybe the bear market's over, but those who do technical analysis know all we did was form a descending triangle, which is extremely bearish. That's when we have our flat level of support, our descending level of resistance, and of course, we ended up breaking out of that TA perfectly. But here's the thing that you need to keep your eye on. This level right here, this $6,500 level, and I just deleted it. Oh, well, that's okay. If you were to keep your eye on that same level, watch as the bear market bottoms out, moves sideways for a little bit, ends up breaking to the upside. Yes, we had one wick that kind of came in here and came back down, but ultimately that was the level we ended up after rallying up to the golden pocket. We came back down and crashed. Come on now, price. We came back down and touched this same exact level and found support with it. If it was not for the pandemic, that support would have held. I'm not going to keep going on there just for the sake of time. The pandemic took us below that, but this was where the price wanted to go because the bull market was not ready yet. Let's kind of even zoom in here. After breaking through our former resistance level that was strong, we get a little bit above it and we have some momentum. The momentum slows down and we trade sideways for a certain period of time before coming down, hitting this nice yellow box I have listed right here. Let me zoom in on that just a little bit for you. We had a wick down here, came back down. A lot of people thought this rally would have been over. Of course, we would then go on within a matter of, I believe it's like 16 days. We see Bitcoin rally upwards of 85%. Why are we talking about 2019 though, Tim? Let's go back to right now. Let's see what would happen if history repeated itself. First of all, like I said, golden pocket up here to 50. Let's get rid of Fibonacci. Let's look at just what's been happening with price action over the last couple of months. Well, we start our little bear market. We're coming down here in 2022. We have our last level of strong resistance before we make a significant break down here to a bottom. We trade sideways for a couple of weeks, and then we begin to make our push. Yes, we had a little bit of resistance at that former level of resistance at 25.2, but we eventually break through, and guess what? We come just a little bit above it. We trade sideways, and if we were to see another 85% rally happen over the next couple of days, nope, come on. What are you doing to me, TA? There we go. Charts are back up. If we saw an 85% rally, guess where that would bring us up to? Would you look at that? It's back up here towards $50,000. I didn't quite get it because my screen ran out of room, but there we go. $50,000 with an 84% rally, just like back then. I'm continuing to watch this play out. I'm still holding to that being the next move for Bitcoin. But in case any of you guys are wondering, does TA support the 4-year cycle? Does TA support what Ben has been talking about, this potential move up to 42 to 50,000? Absolutely it does. I will say, before I move on from Bitcoin, I am a little skeptical. DZ, who's running the board right now? BJ is. I'm a little skeptical. I did think we were going to do this a little faster. One of two things are going to happen. We're either going to break the sell in May, walk away thing. We're either going to break that, or we're going to break usually we rally into the Bitcoin conference and then fall. I don't think we have enough time left. We're only 7 days away. Is it 8 days away, 7 days away from the conference? I'm leaning a little bit more now, getting a little not as bullish as I was. I'm looking for a spot between 36 to 42, probably more realistically. I will put maybe one sell order for a little bit, leave a little bit just in case we rally up to 48, 50,000. But either way, I do believe a market bullish rally is coming. But here is the thing. Do not get fooled into thinking that automatically is the bull market. Like we said back in 2019, I don't know why this keeps doing this. Let's go scroll back out. Just like in 2019, a lot of people thought that the bull market was happening right here. After rallying 85% in just a couple of days, we end up falling 50% back down to that former resistance level down at 6,500. Boom, that's a 53% fall. If we were to repeat history once again, guess what 50%? 50% of 50,000 is what? 25,000. What is 25,000? That's that former resistance level again. Do not be surprised, guys, to see this pre-bull market rally up to 42, 50,000, and then a 50% fall back down to 25.2. You'll have another chance to gobble up some more Bitcoin. It's going to be awesome. How much time do I have? Are you ready to switch or keep going? Let's keep going. Let's keep going and look at a couple other things here. That's kind of a macro outlook on Bitcoin, but it is looking good this morning as a whole. Taking a look at a couple other coins, though. Let's start off with some Ethereum. Ethereum's looking good this morning. Another thing about Fibonacci on the shorter timeline, I love using Fibonacci for some good levels of support, resistance, but I also love to use Fibonacci for kind of telling us the strength of a coin. And if we were to go back and start Fibonacci levels back on the 10th of March, this wick down here, up to what the current year-to-date high is for a lot of coins, you're going to see different coins show some strength. So if I were to go back up to Bitcoin, let me draw this Fibonacci level for you guys really quickly. March 10th up to the all-time high. Or not the year-to-date high. You can see this is how strong the bulls have been during this rally. Despite the fact that we're falling, we have not even come back down to retest the 0.382. At the moment, do keep your eyes resistance. We're resisting right now on the 0.236, but this shows you how strong of a movement Bitcoin is in right now. When I switch over to Ethereum, it's not quite as strong, but it is still pretty strong. We haven't even made it down to the 0.5 level. And a lot of times when you're using Fibonacci, something you can think about is if we're only coming back to find support at the 0.236 or the 0.382, even the 0.5, that is a normal pullback. The bulls are very much in control. If it's a bearish movement, of course, it's a reversal. Bears are in control. It's when you start coming down to the golden pocket, that's when you start to have some questions like, all right, we're at least mixed here. The bears are showing some significant strength. When you start going down to what we call the platinum pocket, the 0.786 to the 0.88, that's when you're saying, okay, we might have a little recovery bounce shortly, but that's when you're starting to get a little concerned that the bears have taken over. And I say all that to kind of go through this. Ethereum currently finding support on its own little yellow box from a couple weeks ago, looking like it's bouncing up right around that 0.382 level. Switch over to Cardano. I love Cardano, guys. It's one of my favorites. But when you pull up this
you say
Fibonacci,
that
and we're
again
going
for me?
back, what?
Can you say that again for me?
Which one? Which
You
part?
love Cardano?
I love Cardano. BJ,
Say
you're not
it.
a Cardano fan?
It's decent.
Is Dees?
It's decent.
It's Dees. Okay. With Cardano, I'm loving the fact that we're bouncing off the golden pocket, but it's sitting in a decision point right there. Like I told you, golden pocket, it's a normal pullback, but that's kind of showing you there's some strength that the bears have that you did not see happen over on Bitcoin. You did not see happen over on Ethereum. That's the reason we're seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance begin to climb. Cardano, Ben talked about this last week as well, and I completely agree. It's one of those projects, as a technical analyst, sometimes it can be frustrating because the community is so passionate that sometimes out of nowhere, the coin will just take off. Cardano price will just shoot up like it's nothing. Other times it should be shooting up and then it does nothing. So it's a little hard. I'll be very honest with people. Technical analysis on Cardano is not necessarily a very surefire thing, but I am seeing some very bullish signs on Cardano aside from that golden pocket. This little line right here is called a dynamic reactor. We're on the daily chart right now. So bouncing off the daily dynamic reactor is extremely powerful. This is one of the chart prime oscillators that I love. And also, if we're pulling this up, it flashed and went away this morning, but we also got an oversold on Cardano this morning. But due to the CPI data, due to the bullish price action, that ended up going away. So as a whole right now, I'm looking very bullish on all three of these, but I'm continuing to look at that 2019 run and say, hey, I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum could have some movement that maybe altcoins can't mimic perfectly because it's not a bull market. When a bull market comes, watch Cardano, watch Matic, watch Link, watch all these other altcoins start to outdo Bitcoin. And even this season, I do believe Ethereum might not be able to have as much of a parabolic run as it has in the past. But for now, it's not bull market season. Bitcoin and Ethereum can have a special run here over the next couple of weeks. Altcoins, it's still going to be a good time to keep accumulating. Wait till the real bull market comes, and it will be there. Last thing I'll show you guys in case we are in a more bullish narrative here we got for the Dixie. I've been tracking this here for a little bit. We're in a falling wedge on the Dixie. I don't think this is one that's going to eventually break to the upside, but you guys can see kind of matching with our bullish scenario on crypto. We're seeing a bearish scenario on Dixie, which is great. We're hitting that strong resistance right now. At the moment, we're setting lower highs, but flat bottoms. That is what we call a descending triangle formation, and that should break to the upside. Watch for the Dixie. If we're starting to see a pump come back into crypto, a pump into Bitcoin and Ethereum, watch the Dixie potentially make its move down here to support around $96 to $97 in that region. That's what I'm seeing on the charts. DZ, I'm going to throw it back and take back over my role as chief button presser. Thank you so much, guys.
All righty. Hey, did he do a wardrobe change? What is going on? Look at this cool shirt. ATB hat's coming soon. Like I said, I'm still wearing what some would call the dirty Atlanta Falcons hat. Someone on the crew was like, hey, man, seriously, you have to change your hat. It's dirty. It's gray. It's gray. The only thing dirty is your mind, folks at home watching. All right. Timothy shows the Fibonacci Alfredo. Okay. Is that a new dish? All right. Jeb quit crypto. DXY. People to DXY. Hey, I hate flat bottom. All right. A lot of good stuff here. All right. Let's get it. Man, they really running with that name, though, Tim.
Hey, listen.
You have created a monster.
You know, they say that all publicity is good publicity.
I'm going to
right?
look down at you.
So, we shall see.
Show me what you got. All right, let's get right into the show here. What do we have going on with the headlines? We get out of the charts here. Bitcoin, we're starting with a little Bitcoin story, and it is the CPI inflation. CPI inflation falls to 4.9% in April. Bitcoin rises above 28K. Last week it suggested it could pause its long series of rate hikes, even as inflation remains well above its 2% target. We're going to talk about Michael Saylor later, but man, I can't wait to talk about inflation. Michael Saylor just breaking down some good facts when it comes to statistics. We'll get into that shortly, though. The inflation rate slowed to 4.9% in April from 5% the month before, and versus the forecast for 5%. This is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics CPI report Wednesday morning. And then we saw Bitcoin rise a little above 1% at the time. Core CPI, which strips out those non-important things like food and energy, rose 0.4% in April versus forecast 0.4 in March's 0.4 advance. The annual core CPI rate was 5.5% versus the forecast for 5.5 in March's 5.6 there. Let's see. They say core CPI is a better hedge of what inflation is going to be because it's more about what is up in the stream of pipeline of things that you're going to buy. what is the components that's going into an automobile, the components that might be going into a bed frame that you might buy, the components of lumber to build a house that's going to be built 6 months from a neighborhood down the street. These are the things that they're saying is a forward-looking inflation metric. To me, it's a little fishy that they don't have food and energy on there, and they kind of present it as, no, this is really what inflation is going to be more closely aligned with. Really, how about what I'm spending money on? And that's me spending money on gasoline, spending money at the grocery store, and these things are skyrocketing. All right, last part from this article. For the moment, traders are betting that this morning's very modest moderation in inflation, almost had a hesitation on the reparation there, might give the Fed room for easier monetary policy. The 10-year yield has declined 7 basis points to 3.45%, and the 2-year fell 9 basis points to 3.94. That is, I'm going to borrow dollars for 10 years, and I'm going to hope that they increase 3.4%. Meanwhile, inflation 7%. So you're losing money every single. If I was going to give you something that's losing value of 7% every year, would you want to hold it if it increased 3.5%? No, you're losing only half as much now. Oh yeah, at the end of the day, I invested this money. I was going to lose $50,000 forever. I guess it's not as bad since I only lost $25,000. No, how about you put it into an asset that might earn some sort of income? How about you just put in some Bitcoin and park it? It's going to be a lot safer than just having it in this fiat system where they just print your money into oblivion, stealing your money at the same time they tax you here. Shouldn't pay taxes if they just print money at will. All right, Biden calls to an end of an $18 billion crypto tax loopholes. The community is begging to differ. Here you see Childish Gambino getting papers from Abed as they get ready for Troy and Abed in the morning. Joe Biden recently shared an infographic on Twitter calling to end the loopholes that allegedly help wealthy crypto investors. Community members responded, questioning the figures shared by the president and if the said loopholes, do they even exist? We don't have to guess what MAGA House Republicans value. They're telling us tax loopholes that help wealthy crypto investors versus they should cut food safety inspections by 15 minutes. Oh, you got to love when you see a community notes. There is no evidence of loopholes. Got to love the community notes. Community notes has been crushing people lately. There's a school board member, I think, and she'd been community noted like 6 times in a row. And it was whether or not she was trying to keep schools closed or whether or not she was fighting to reopen them. And she's like, no, I was fighting to reopen those schools. I was trying to, help the kids. No, she'll end up, community notes got her 6 times in a row. Like, no, you're back in the teachers unions who didn't want to show up to work. Not against teachers unions. I think some districts may be extended kids learning from home, which I think the science has shown is pretty inferior compared to the traditional system they were used to. And so, called her out. And so we're seeing something like this. Tim, what do you think of Elon and community notes checking politicians? Do you like it? Do you think it will continue? Is it going to be corrupted?
Well, I like it, but will it continue? I mean, we'll see. At this point, Twitter is pretty. It's going to do what it wants to do, unlike the last regime. We'll see if Elon can stave off the politicians who will fight very much so to prevent him from allowing us to actually learn real information. I don't think it's going to stay, though. I think
I hope it does, because to me, it's so streets ahead. I mean, you don't want it to be streets behind where it gets corrupted. It's definitely streets ahead. I'm going to make that a thing. All right. Pseudonymous crypto researcher Fat Man responded saying that Biden's facts are off. The analyst highlighted that the crypto market shrank by 1.4 trillion in 22, while corporate profits were at 11.8 trillion. The crypto, it looks like it rose that amount. The crypto market is both smaller and fell heavily. We both know where the loopholes really are, Fat Man tweeted. I like how they threw that in. Fat Man then tweeted. Yeah, clearly corporate oligarchs, I think it's pretty close. We can call them that at this point. They are, I was going to use a hard word that starts with an R. Then I was going to move it to a word that starts with an M. Let's just say they're fondling the economy. All right. Ooh. They're taking advantage of the economy. They're the pudding man, the economy here. And it's not a good thing. Sure. Is it happening at some level with crypto? I'm sure it is. Is it happening at a much larger level with corporate greed, corporate interests, and corporate capture of our regulatory industries? Of course it is. But does it look good to point fingers at the curly-haired guy? Does it look good to point fingers at the shadowy hacker that is really you? No, it isn't good. All right, let's move on here. What else do we got? We have Bitcoin core dev wages war against the Ordinals network spam. You leave spam out of this. I like my spiced ham. Tim, do you like spam?
I love it.
All right, streets ahead.
Yeah, love it.
All right, let us know. Do you guys like spam? Owen, do you like spam? Sure. That was a very non-committal sure. Don't you ever find yourself in Hawaii. They will kick you out of there. You're going to have to paddle home, buddy. Drew, are you a spam guy? No. Really? It's a meat that sustains. And I would thought with the prepper community would embrace spam. But has the prepper community rebuked spam? Food is best stored on a hoof. Food is best stored on a hoof. Okay. What if you're in a bunker, though? I tried to bring a cow into my bunker, and then he started pooping everywhere, and his methane farts knocked me out. So I need a solution here, Drew. Okay, well, you know what? I'm pro spam here. I like spam. I even like spam emails. I put it into my main inbox. That's how much I like spam. All right, a prominent Bitcoin developer has taken umbrage at the Ordinals and meme coin craze that is crippling Bitcoin. On the 8th, he said, action should have been taken months ago, referring to the Ordinals fad. It is a mistake that the existing filters were extended to taproot transactions. He said that this is a bug fix, so there's no need to wait for a major release. It's been extensively shared against the crypto community with varying responses. Spam filtration has been a standard part of Bitcoin Core since day one. All right, so he's saying, look, this has been kind of what we've been about since the beginning. We've always been anti-spam on the Bitcoin network. Luca was highly instrumental in the implementation of the SigWet upgrade in 2017. Some developers, such as Dash Jr., view Ordinals and BRC20 meme coins as spam. However, they're beneficial to the miners as transactions and fees have skyrocketed due to the increased block space demand. So the miners are celebrating, the maxis are hating. Meanwhile, I'm just having fun contemplating what is going to go, how's it going to shake up. We don't know. It's fun to watch. Do you have any predictions on forks or upgrades to, will we have BRC 26 months from now, 12 months from now, Tim? What do you think?
No idea.
No idea.
No predictions at this time. Let me do some more research. I'll get you one very soon.
No, you won't. Liar.
Hey, listen, I will. So help me God, I will have a prediction for you by Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't you just say one now? Because it's going to be equal research.
7. We'll go with 7.
Okay. All right. It's wild in here now. I don't know. Do we have what's going on here? Gator ain't never been about that. Gator, don't play with Gator. All right. Gator, don't play. Fried spam, very popular in Hawaii. People love it. Also, Hawaii, they like the movie 50 First Dates. What car does DZ have? Man, I'm pushing a 300 Chrysler with multiple dinged bumpers. I wasn't the one. I just won. I was parked at a previous job. Coworker just backed into me. I got the money. I bought Bitcoin. The other one, this was leaving work here. This was, I don't know, 9 months ago. Stopped at a stoplight. Someone ran into the back to me. I bought ETH. And so, yeah, my car's a little beat up, but there's crypto that came from that. And so, yeah, I don't have full coverage. I own my car, so I don't have to have full coverage. I got that liability. What do I do with my extra money? I buy more crypto, guys. Are you seeing a theme here? Are you seeing a theme? Poll, does DZ look like Jesus? Is this a Jesus haircut? Do I look like Jesus? Am I a Palestinian Jew that was born 2,000 years ago? No. Am I have a similar skin tone? Maybe. Do I have long hair? No. Do I have abs? No. So I wouldn't say I look like Jesus. All right. Let's see here. Michael Saylor. Bitcoin ordinals are a catalyst for adoption. He roped in the rise of Bitcoin ordinals as yet another catalyst for adoption alongside hyperinflation and the rash of bank failures. Doesn't say anything about DZ's rash. Every time someone builds an application that's cool on Bitcoin, like all the ordinals and inscriptions or whatever that are driving up transaction fees, it is a catalyst, said Saylor on the PBD podcast. This is Patrick Bet David. I'm in the midst of listening to it now. I listened to the first part on the way to work this morning. Yeah, he stopped by there. It's a fairly good podcaster. I do like PBD. I listen to him probably the better guess once or twice a week. Ordinals continue to gain traction too as the world's leading exchange, Binance, moved to list Bitcoin NFTs on its platform. So now we have a little Binance support as well. He goes into inflation rates and what it takes at 88%, or I'm sorry, 8% inflation, 7% inflation. I can't remember the exact figure that he gave, but He said his house, he has a mansion in Miami, I believe it is, and at one point it was worth $100,000, and now it is worth $10 million. So you're looking at an inflation rate in this period of 99%. And I can't remember what the exact year is, but if you have $100 in America, you fast forward, I think it's about 70 years, you've lost 99% of your wealth. And he laid out an example there. He laid out an example with this house. I mean, you could think about, well, a can of Coke used to cost 5 cents, and now you can't even get it for, 65 cents at the gas station. And so we're seeing inflation. We're seeing what's happening with their dollar. And if someone said, hey, I'm going to give you a treasury and it's Zimbabwe dollars and you got to wait 10 years and then you'll get 8% more every year, would you want that? Heck no. And so we're seeing the same thing with treasury bonds. We're seeing the same thing with these very, very low yield dated instruments. And they're trying to say, hey, this is a good investment for you. You put in $100, 10 years later, you got $127. Does it sound good yet? But inflation is much more than that. And he just breaks down example after example. You're losing all your money. It doesn't matter if it's, okay, in this country, you fast forward 9 years, you've lost 99% of your money. Doesn't matter if it's 70 years, 7 years. It should wake you up. It should wake up your relatives. It should wake up the whole world. They're printing your money into nothing, into pennies. They're printing your dollar into pennies. And so Bitcoin is the escape hatch. That is essentially his thesis. To me, sounds like a pretty good thesis that I like. DZ, where's your rib thief? AJ's in the back. Someone said, I feel like you and AJ don't get along. I love AJ. AJ's great. We get along great. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, AJ's cool. You like AJ? Tim, why don't you like AJ?
Well,
That's why they say because I say things like that.
I did actually. No, I like AJ. 'Cause AJ and his girlfriend. They
Why'd
came
your
over to our
voice
house
go
last night.
high
We
when you say
had
that?
a game night. Yeah.
I like AJ.
That's how much I like him. He's
AJ's cool.
worth a little squeak of the voice.
No, he's cool. He's the guy who wears the suspenders. He has the phone. He has a motocross background. Are you that cool? I didn't think so. All right. So let's move on here. What else we got? We have U.S. government will be forced to print money to save political elite, pumping Bitcoin and gold. This is Arthur Hayes' thesis. BitMEX founder and veteran of the crypto space, doubling down on a stance that will go back to printing massive amounts of money, boosting many assets yet again, similar like Bitcoin. According to him, political elite will not sign off on such a scenario. The only way the money printer doesn't go burr is if the USG decides it will let the banking system actually fail. But I have full confidence that the elite would rather print money than right-size the banking system. So they're going to have two choices: print money, let system fail. They're going to print money. The crypto entrepreneur reiterates that at some point there will be an increase to the supply of money, or at least a decrease in the price of money, which will be bullish for Bitcoin, gold, and some useful commodities. I would say Bitcoin is definitely a useful commodity. Speaking of useful to useless, Three Arrows founder Suzu obtained Singapore restraining order against Arthur Hayes over harassment. He's been tweeting at the founder of the collapsed crypto fund to return some $6 million he says he's owed. This guy lied to everybody, said, steady lads, guys, I'm redeploying capital, then runs away with all the money. He's using customer funds to support his lavish lifestyle. Arthur Hayes has lost $6 million, and he's crying, hey, stop bullying me. Shut up, you loser. You stole money, okay? Suck it up. Suck it up. That's what happens when you pay the... Look, you got to pay the time if you're going to do the crime. That's just all it is to it, all right? Don't do something shady. How about that? And then we won't be tweeting at you. I'm sorry, we hurt your feelings. We hurt your feelings, Suzu. You stole his money. Give him his money. It's that simple. I'm bringing a lot of my issues because I too have lost money on some of these exchanges. Maybe you have lost money on some of these exchanges. It's not fun when you see them. They just spent $700 million on lawyer fees. You're like, that's my money. That's my money, and that's how I feel. So I don't blame him coming after him. I think it's kind of a chicken S move in my book. That's streets behind, very streets behind. Have you lost any money in any of these staking platforms or anything?
No. But
I
it's also
lost
'cause
2
I'm
ETH on Celsius.
I'm just a conservative. Like, DZ fusses at me every single day now. It's a morning ritual for us that I'm not too far down the degen hole. But I told you guys, he's convincing me. He's swaying me. I'm probably gonna get into some degen stuff here sooner rather than later. But I've been much more conservative, even when exchanges. Like, I didn't get hit by any exchange hits whatsoever.
DZ be trying too hard. I'm phoning it in. What you talking about, Jim? Let's see, live on LinkedIn too. Don't know what is going on with LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn account. No, who uses LinkedIn? Jesus of NFT. Stop calling me Jesus. I'm barely tan. Have short hair. We have a biscuit Jesus here. Okay, we have a resident Jesus. It's not DZ. It's the biscuit Jesus. All right. Speaking of Jesuses, some say Vitalik's the crypto Jesus. He has a six-pack. Ethereum validators and never mind, I was going to say something. Ethereum validators you know where I was going, earn a record $46 million as staking rewards rate surges. Yeah, we're talking about some big money here. Staking rewards hit a record 8.6% post-merge. Validators earned 46 million in just 1 week. And that's because so many people are interacting with the chain. You saw the gas fees above $100. And the more people use ETH, the more deflationary it becomes, or it goes from inflationary to less inflationary, than to the point of break even, and then into the point of deflationary. Just depends on the block. It seems like we continue this rate, we are going to technically be deflationary. I don't know how long it can sustain that. If it can sustain it all through the entire bull run, we'll see if it can sustain it through, really high gas fees. So we're going to see how that plays. But yes, right here, the recent Chapella upgrade enabling validator withdrawals for the first time. And ever since then, staking has attained significant interest from institutions because they say, withdrawal date isn't a question mark. Oh, I can actually withdraw anytime. Okay, now I feel comfortable putting in some money here. And so that's what we saw. What is this ultrasound? Okay, this is showing the rate right here, isn't it? Yeah. Supply chain change is we have burned 64,000 Ethereum. This is just in a 7-day time frame. Looks like it is actually deflationary by a rate of almost 3%. So that's pretty good there. Burning, 4 million ETH a year at this rate. And then the issuance is 687K. All right, so yeah, we're seeing some good stats, but things could cool down, and then it'll be inflationary, and then it just, then you have to build up momentum again, and build up hype, and build up that volume, and build up all those transactions where then, hey, everybody's feeling good. No one, hey, thank you, HNHL, but I miss him. I look more like Mr. T. Well, I pity any fool who thinks that. I give you DZ horns and a pitchfork, maybe put something red on. Well, I did used to wear green spandex, so maybe I can branch off into red spandex too. I'll do that just for you. Who said that? Creighton. That would be just for you. The DZ Devil, I did that as 2 Halloweens. All right. We ready for the CT Minute, brought to you by Steak.
Ooh.
Someone had a question. Do you know a site where you could see when and what airdrops? I would say specific accounts on Twitter would be the best resource for that. And also, hey, they dropped 2 new slots, and Exposed Cody says, hey, you want to play them early? I put in 40. I pulled out like 60 from them. So, hey, there's 2 new ones that just dropped in the last 24 hours. So you might want to check that out as well on stake.us. All right, let's see here. Let's get right into it. I might need to refresh just because I have liked a couple things. I think while Tim was doing some TA, I don't know if I'll be on here just yet. First, anybody mining Pi? Are you mining Pi?
No.
I just learned that Drew told me the coins are worth like $20 a piece or something. And they used to be 50. I got like 30 something on the app. And I haven't done the KYC ever. That's like $600. So I was like, what? There's like actually real money in this. So I shared a link. If you want to sign up, click my little link and we'll all make some money. I don't know anything about Pi except you tap it once every 24 hours and then your coin grows. And after KYC, you can sell them. BJ, are you in Pi? You're in Pi. Yeah. Okay, cool. Bullish on it? Neither one of us know much about it. Yeah. All right. So, hey, haven't done the research, but maybe check that out. 2 hours ago. So how about that BAM, huh? 2,700 views on that. What's the last meme coin you bought? 250 likes. I'll post my last Degen buy. I I'm still in that one, but I might dump it. I don't know. And Ben was the one that I pulled out my initial. I put in 0.2 during yesterday's live stream, pulled out 0.25. Everything else, I'm just kind of riding, having fun with. All right, now let's check the likes. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. First, Arcane Bear, friend of the show. We love Arcane Bear. T.O., when did free speech become right wing? I'm an old school leftist liberal where I like the ACLU supporting everyone's freedom of assembly, even if it meant a Jewish lawyer trying to protect a Nazi's right to march in a town square. That's old school liberalism, free speech. But now it's very right leaning. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that. I like that tweet because, yeah, it went from one side to the other side. Yeah, thousands of pi. Woo! DCA Rob Father crushing it right there. This is just me speaking out against corruption. I'm not a left or a right guy. I'm against all corruption. Jared Kushner and his billion he got from the Saudis, it's all bad. None of it's good. House oversight reveals that 9 Biden family members received wire transfers from foreign nationals via shell companies. Hunter James, a bunch of children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. That's not normal, right? Right? I don't think that's normal. I don't think Bernie Sanders' kids is getting paid millions from Ukraine or China. I don't think, I don't know, maybe DeSantis. I don't think, well, he has small, a little kid or something. But yeah, it's sketch. We shouldn't be selling access to our politicians. And yeah, I saw a little corruption there. To me, it's not left, right. It's just good and bad. Corruption's obviously bad.
The good news is, DZ, he's going to put an end to the loopholes of crypto. So
yeah, and that's good. And don't forget, they're going to tax those $600 Venmo transactions. So you got your haircut a few times in here, you get a bill. All right, here I'm just talking about the holders. 3 days, 5K holders, the freaking huge on BAM. Alaskan, this is a Pluto Alliance member. Feels like it's been years since I woke up to find a green candle. Yeah, I'm getting people DMing me. We shared this in the Junkies Discord. Llama verse, I'm a fan of Llama. He's switching. I think this is good. It's just showing an NFT project pivoting. They had so I had a stake. You stake it, you get these coins, and then the coins, it was a whitelist marketplace, but he has switched it for meme coin pre-sales. And so I just think that's probably a good thing. It kind of speaks to where the attention is right now. So good job, NFT Llama. Then we have our Japanese member right there, always sharing some stuff. Up 400%. Okay. Meg, only hold 2. She got in. This is a declaration of memes. Why aren't people talking? What aren't people talking enough about? How in work, a 70, 80-year-old is generally regarded as unemployable due to mental decline skill mismatch, yet they're exclusively running the country. Thoughts, Tim?
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit on Investing Bros. Yeah, it's a nice thought to say, let's make a rule that you have to be under a certain age to be a politician. But unfortunately, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't even think the people that are over that age are really running the country. We all know there's someone behind pulling the strings of that puppet. So they're just the face man. But you would wonder, why would they choose such an old face? I don't know.
Suspicious if he's willing to swap his entire utility for the current churn. That's actually a very good point. No, he had a marketplace where it had 3 different things. One was like a software suite of tools, think like Nansen wannabes. Then it was whitelist, and then it was some third thing, which I can't remember. And so it's not an entire utility, but that is a good point. Fair assessment there, Bob Marley. Always like people keeping me on my toes, but that, yeah, very, very good point there. Yeah, that isn't a good thing, in a vacuum there. All right, we're going to share 4 more tweets here, starting with a taco meme. Taco's been killing the memes. One does not simply hodl meme coins without refreshing the chart every minute. Second one, we have, this is just a Cardano community member. He shot me a message. I said, hey, man, this is a pretty good tweet. I'll share it on the morning stream. Seeing a decrease in staked ADA with concern. Then he looks at the total value growth of DeFi and becomes excited. So we're unstaking ADA to participate in DeFi. And so that's very, very bullish. So I love. Now, this isn't a direct correlation, but yeah, you see the steep decline in ADA stake, and then you see the steep increase in total value lock. So bullish for Cardano DeFi. Here's a good way to avoid getting sandwiched by these MEV bots. So if you want to save potentially, I was going to say hundreds or thousands, but could eventually 10 years from now, if you want to save tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of future ETH, check out that thread. Okay, go follow DZ_BTC. Final tweet here. Yeah, this is Mr. Beast. He gained 13 million followers on Instagram in 3 days from one post. 23 million comments. So he gained 13. Huge growth right there. So yeah, just like a little growth hack engine. All right, that's all we got. All right, who won the poll? Do we have the poll for long, hold, short? Or no, we have the BitSquad shout out. You want to talk about that? You got the details.
Shout out. Going over to number 6 here. Yeah, so I'm going to share me. About to talk this whole time and not even share my face. For all of our moderators out there for the BitBoy channel, you know what? Let's do this.
The moderators, the regulators,
I know my whole face. There we go.
The impersonators.
Yeah, just the moderators. We're gonna have at end of this month. We're gonna have a moderator party. You guys will be a part of a live stream here. Ben will be here. A lot of the office will be here. You guys will get to see the office. We'll kind of just walk around the office. Haven't decided how we're filming it just yet. We talked about a drone. We've talked about robots. Ben really wants a robot. Although we have stairs here, so I don't know how the robot will handle the stairs. But either way, you got to be in the connection with us to be a part of that party. So what I want you to do right now, get out your pen and paper. I'll probably put this in the Discord or in the description as well. Email info@hitnetwork.com. If you are a moderator, we are going to check, so if you guys try to slip on by, you will be caught. But what you're going to do to make sure you are the right person, put your Discord ID, put your Twitter handle, put the name you want to be identified as, and put what your name is here on YouTube. And that way we'll communicate with you guys for the end of this month. We will be having a mod party. It will be fun. You don't want to miss it. But if you do not give us your information, then you cannot do anything about that party. You can't be a part of it. So make sure you guys act on that. Again, I'll put the email in the description at the end of the stream.
All right, and I don't have any opinion on that coin. Appreciate the super chat, though. I haven't looked at it. 500K market cap. I wish it all the luck. I don't know anything about it, though. So there's just so many of these popping up. Are we going to do all 3 coins, or was the community going to vote for one?
The thought, no. So here, let me go back to me.
We're doing all 3?
This is the thought. The 3 were, we had what? We had the graph. We had
EOS and Phantom.
All right, so DZ, you are going to select.
I can only assign one per one.
You have to choose one to hold.
All right. Well, I'm
longing
the graph. All right. So we're going to start with the graph. So 3 coins, 1 to long, 1 to hold, 1 to short.
Yes.
I would long the graph. Why? Because it has a bull market narrative, and I'm going to try to say this as nicely as possible. It has a bull crap buzz line that sounds good for idiots. And that is, it's the Google of blockchain. That is a normie saying that can take off. And I'm not saying it isn't the Google of blockchain. That's not really a good description. I wouldn't say that's quite apt, but it sounds easy to say. It gives you an emotional response, and it's easy to visualize. Oh, it's just like the big thing that's like does search stuff. Okay, yeah, I can kind of wrap my head around that. It's essentially the reverse chain link. Chainlink gets information off the blockchain and puts it into a coin, coin market cap data. It could be NFT trades. It could, the graph is the opposite. It's going to take things from the blockchain, consolidate data, and then take it off. And so think of it like that's how I do it. And maybe that's the dumb way to say it. I don't know. Maybe Google blockchain is better, but it's very, very cheap. Let's look at the all-time high chart. I wouldn't buy this wick. I don't buy wicks typically. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a little bit careful. Maybe if I click 7-day, it looks a little bit better. Yeah, I wouldn't feel that bad. But when you click this chart, it feels a little bit better. We are looking at a very significant upside potential here of a 20x. And so it looks like it hit around 250. It is 12.5 cents. So that is going to be, or 12 cents. That is going to be a 20x from here potentially. All right. So now we got one I got to hold, one I got to short.
Yeah. So you have you said the graph is your hold, right?
Graph is my hold. All right. This is going to determine. All right. So honestly, I'm leaning towards this, but let me look at this all-time chart before I make my final decision here. Okay. Okay. So I got it figured out. Okay. So the next one, all right, long is the most bullish. Then we got the middle of the road, and that's going to be hold. Hold for me would be Phantom. Phantom I wouldn't be dumping at this point right now. All right. And the reason is, and this is my old school thesis that is not smart. This isn't some like good correlation of success here. This is just a thought that I had that seems to make sense to me. And I'm more bullish on the next bull run for coins that had a second all-time high in October, November, December, and then with Bitcoin. So a lot of coins, their all-time high was with Bitcoin's first run-up in April of 2021. And then Bitcoin had a second run-up where it did a slightly higher high, went from 63 to 69K. A lot of altcoins didn't create a second all-time high. My thesis is it'll be harder to create a new all-time high with the next bull run. But if it did a new all-time high in October, November, then you know what? The trend suggests that the next one is coming. The trend is your friend.
So
Here we see a slight trend.
What are your thoughts? Does XRP get a pass on that? Because
No.
obviously it did not do that.
No, XRP is in a unique position. One, it is a very large market cap.
Yeah.
Two, it is it's they sell a lot of tokens. Three, maybe they'll stop selling pressure, which could create a significant upsize. Four, the biggest thing of all, there's this giant specter of the lawsuit, and then the lawsuit is going to determine what direction it goes in, generally speaking. And then they're actually like trying to do something. Can they actually do something? Can they continue to have that narrative that banks, for whatever reason, will have to hold XRP to send money from an American citizen to a European citizen, and they're just going to have billions of XRP to make that possible? I don't see that playing out.
Sounds
If
good.
they were to have to do that, I would think it would be a immediate market buy, market sell.
Yeah.
That's kind of my prediction. It wouldn't be just hodling it for decades and centuries. I don't know, but some people really, really do like that narrative, and so that's my XRP thoughts.
But I like your reasoning. With the exception of XRP, obviously special circumstances. I like that reasoning. If it did not get a high in November, if it had its high in April or May or whatever, and couldn't get it up again, for lack of a better way to put it.
All right, but we see with Phantom, it did put in a second all-time high. This one was actually even more bullish. This was in January. So Bitcoin, of course, topped out first around the 9th, I think, of November. And so now we see this pop in a full 2 months later. So that means, like, as Bitcoin's dropping, it's still continuing a bullish narrative. So to me, pretty bullish. This would be my hold. This one, and I'm not saying go short it. This is just of the three, my least favorite. And you can see right here, it put in a lower high the second bull run. Why would it all of a sudden be a higher high? Doesn't make much sense to me. I do think it will go up. I don't think, fast forward 2 years from now, the price is lower. No, it's probably like 3x, 4x. But I'm looking at a higher potential with these other coins. And let's just do some moon math real quick. All right. Right now, I think I'm gonna round up to $1, right? It's at 93 cents. This all-time high, let's just say it was 25. Next one, let's just say it was 15. So from 25 to 15 to probably about 10. And so you're looking at a 10x. What did I say for the graph, Tim?
What did you say, 20?
20x.
Yeah.
And so I'm just leaning, I'm saying there could, I'm guessing close to a 20x. This one I'd be closer to a 5x to a 10x. And so to me, this is the one I am least a fan of. All right, that's my 2 cents there. All right, we ready to talk some more meme coin?
We are ready
here?
to transition. What do we got?
All right, let's talk about Pepe. Everyone's talking about Pepe. I didn't get Pepe. I should have bought Pepe. I didn't buy Pepe. All right, Pepe coin price prediction as it becomes a top 10 most traded crypto in the world. Can it reach $1? No, it will not. Never, 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 never. Won't even hit a penny. You think it's hitting a penny? You need to look at exponential growth or something. I don't know. Just do some math. Do some math there. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Pepe entered in the top 10 with trading for 24-hour trading volume. It was 8th overall, ahead of BNB, but behind BUSD. And it did seem super memey, but hey, doing pretty well there. Here's the price chart. It is down significantly. A lot of people are feeling bearish. A lot of people are saying, no, this is the opportunity to buy the dip. I don't know what it's going to do long term. It doesn't really have too much utility behind it. But, the community members are creating utility. I think we're seeing the same thing with Bambi, supposedly some video games being made out of that. And so I'm sure, just like Sheeb, it was like, hey, we made an NFT marketplace and we're doing all these things with the side chain and stuff. I think we're going to see something similar with Pepe. There'll probably be a Pepe game. There'll probably be some sort of Pepe alts and Pepe airdrops and a Pepe NFT marketplace eventually. It's just going to be up to the community. But the core team, I don't know if they're really, investing a lot of money in building out that stuff. All right, they say Ben looks like the original was going to be a Chris Farley character, Mike Myers character. I don't know if I see it.
I don't know what that.
I don't see it. But right now, yeah, I'm probably going to consolidate into BAM, and maybe I'll pull some profits and put a small $250 bag into Pepe, just if I can catch like cheap gas or something. That would just be money I'm okay losing. If it goes to zero, I'm going to be fine. But if it put in a new all-time high, I would feel pretty good buying that dip and be like, hey, my 250 turned into 1,000. Then I'd pull out 300, and then it's just all free money at that point. Or I'm like down 50 because of gas fees. But either way, you know what I'm saying here. All right, we ready to talk a little XRP? Brought
We
to you
are.
by Steak as well.
Yes.
And guys, you gotta play those new games. You gotta play the new games. I don't know if it's gonna. I actually told Taco to play it, and then he like put in 20 and like lost 5 on one spin. I was like, I felt bad, but I don't know. They seem to be doing pretty good. All right, Ripple CEO clashes with a top VC over XRP security status. I was following this thread talking about Jason Calacanis. I am a fan of Jason. I'm a huge fan of All In. I think I like one of the Davids. I won't say which. All right, Brad Garlinghouse has found himself in a heated exchange with top venture capitalist Jason Calacanis over the status of XRP, the digital currency tied to the blockchain company. Jason Calacanis also best friends with Elon Musk. Not just like a friend. Elon Musk hosted SNL. He was able to bring 2 guests. This was COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
He brought Grimes and he brought Jason Calacanis. Okay, so he's a really, really good friend. So this guy, he was part of that transition team with Twitter. Garlinghouse argued that Calacanis' claims was both embarrassing and incorrect, as there was no framework to register digital assets in the U.S. Heated exchange underscores the ongoing debate surrounding XRP's classification and the lack of a clear framework for digital assets in the U.S. Garlinghouse has revealed that Ripple is stealing itself for $200 million in legal defenses related to it. Here, let's just click on the Twitter exchange here, and you'll see Jason's original tweet. XRP obviously is security. It would have cost little for them to have registered it as a security like everyone else does. And he says, what are you, stupid? Where'd you learn this law? This is embarrassing for you. We're all used to you making controversial statements and trolling about things you know nothing about. So yeah, it got a little heated there. I tend to side with Brad on this one because I think Jason is operating under the assumption that XRP didn't try legal avenues as hard as they could. And I'm leaning towards, no, they tried as hard as they could. They just got stonewalled and bricked off. And, SEC is pointing at the red light saying, hey, as soon as it turns green, you can go. And then meanwhile, they're just still sitting idle. And it's been years at this point. And so I'm leaning with Brad on this one. I know a lot of people think I hate XRP. I don't hate it. I still hold some. I just like trolling you guys. It's kind of fun sometimes. All right. What else do we got?
For XRP?
Yeah. No, anything.
You're done. Well, next
All right,
up is
DZ Wisdom.
DZ
Okay, is that like an actual section now? Okay. Well, there's a thing called the Kelly criterion. I'm going to just break off. And this lesson essentially boils down to avoid total ruin. You want to avoid things that are going to lead to total ruin. Why? Because if there's a 1% chance of total ruination, guess what? You just screwed yourself forever. And so I'm going to relate it to you guys in the crypto space. That would probably be meaning, Tim, you could probably back me up on this.
Okay.
Trading with your entire portfolio. Do not ever trade with your entire portfolio, especially leverage trading, especially meme coin trading, especially risky NFTs. You want to trade with a small percentage of your portfolio, especially if you're a risky individual. There's people out there, they're doing 25x, they're doing 20x, and they act like it's normal. How do I know? Because I was that guy. It's not normal. It's not normal. If you're eating, sleeping, breathing the charts and you have tight stop losses, sure, it's probably a great means to an end. You're probably making really good money if you're following the right people, or if you're doing just good TA yourself. But you got to avoid total ruination. That could mean, maybe doing something illegal. You don't want to do something where, oh yeah, well, I end up, I was having a good time, but then I end up in county for 6 months and my whole life was ruined. Avoid things that are going to lead to total ruination. That's going to be leverage trading with your entire stack. It's going to be doing something that might put you behind bars. It's going to be doing something that might alter your health forever. Don't be that idiot that's jumping off a roof into the pool. Okay, you don't want to be the guy, the shingle slid, and then you fail on your heels. And you're, you're a meme. Don't be that guy. Don't be the cap cut on TikTok. Just avoid total ruination. You'll be fine. Be safe out there. Be SAFU. Protect your capital. But don't protect stopping hitting that like button. Go ahead and do it. Doesn't cost you anything. DZ out. That's all I got.